What is up, guys? RSC6414 here, back with another video. This time I am reviewing Monday Night Raw. Again, I apologize for the long 1 week that I didn't make any videos, if you consider that long. But yeah, I'm back doing Raw review. I've got a big announcement for you guys later on. Some new things for my YouTube channel that I'll be doing. One new thing, so I hope you guys enjoy that, but that'll come in a later time. Enough of me talking about that. Here is my Monday Night Raw review. First thing we have is a Vicky Guerrero segment. Overall, I gotta say, this was okay. It was sort of dumb. She climbs up a ladder that's in the ring, just says how talks about her job evaluation, all the great things she's done, and announces all the matches for tonight. Wyatt family are debuting, obviously. I was really happy about that. She announces Christian versus Kane, CM Punk versus Randy Orton in the main event, and Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, which will happen right now, she says. And obviously the 6 out of 7 men in the ladder match of the All-Star ladder match are in matches tonight, so that was cool. Got me pumped for Raw. That took us into Bryan versus Sheamus. Pretty good match. I'd say it was one of the better ones of the night. It was back and forth for sure. There was a couple moments in the match where each of them rolled one another up for a near fall, and then Sheamus was going for a bro kick on Daniel Bryan. He misses and goes over the ropes and hits the ring apron and rolls out of the ring. After he misses the bro kick, Daniel Bryan then does a suicide dive through the ropes, takes out Sheamus. Earlier on in the match, Daniel Bryan gets his head slammed up against the barricade. It looked pretty rough. Um, and then Sheamus is going for a move, rolls Daniel Bryan up. He's going for the clover leaf, and then Daniel Bryan counters and rolls Sheamus up for a 1-2-3 while holding on to Sheamus. And Daniel Bryan wins via pinfall after he rolls him up, countering the clover leaf. This match was, like I said, one of the better ones. I enjoyed it. And then that takes us into the next thing, which is a backstage segment with AJ and Dolph Ziggler. Um, they talk about how they're both champion and how Caitlyn shouldn't interfere with that and how Del Rio shouldn't. And then they just talk about how they're the power couple of the WWE, holding 2 titles, dominating WWE in the title scene, blah, blah, blah. And then they give each other a kiss, and that's about it. Sort of whatever, nothing special, just whatever. Then we go to the Wyatt family promo. A guy with the camera asks where the Wyatt family are. These 2 guys point him in the direction up the road a little bit. An old guy and a younger guy, and then they walk up the road and we go to commercial. Second match we have is Tons of Funk versus The Shield, Rollins and Reigns. This match I thought was going to be a joke. I thought Shield was going to roll over him, but they didn't. This Tons of Fun gave them a run for their money. Pretty good. Clay rolls, Lord, sorry, Tenzai, or Sweet Tea as they call him now, picks up one of the members of the Shield and grabs him in the air and just slams him down on the ring. And then that's a near fall, and then he delivers a rolling senton on one of the members of the Shield. I think it was Seth Rollins. And then later on in the match, Tons of Funk are dominating, and then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins looks like he's running at Tenzai in the ring. Tenzai delivers an Irish whip. Seth Rollins ducks and hops on the top rope and does a front flip and takes out Brodus Clay, who's already on the outside of the ring. Tenzai looks at it like, what the heck just happened? And then he turns around and Roman Reigns is right there, delivers a big spear. 1-2-3, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins win. Again, decent match. Not as good as Bryan and Sheamus, obviously, but surprised me a little bit, the competitiveness of it. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. Next thing we have is the Wyatt family approaches the house now. He's already up the road. This cameraman, you see Eric Rowan just whacking the ground with a shovel with his lamb head on, sheep head, whatever. And then out in the middle of nowhere, Luke Harper, the guy with the black beard, comes down, says, "Follow me, I know who you're looking for." and then we go to another commercial, and then we have Mark Henry and Cena segment. Cena calls Henry out to the ring. Henry comes. Henry says he's done everything he wants to get this title. He's put out his own family. He'd sell his wife for this WWE Championship, just emphasizing how important it is for him to win it at Money in the Bank. He used his own family to trick Cena, and he says Cena and the audience is just like a bunch of puppets, whatever. And Cena responds with the typical Cena stuff that he's going to emerge victorious, and he did all that for just some leather and gold, and how he's going to beat Mark Henry, and Mark Henry's going to have to earn it. And that's about it. Cena throws the mic down, they get out, and then he says you're going to have to cross the line to fight me, because Mark Henry's like, I'll take you right now. And Mark Henry says you're going to have to pay money for that. Cena turns his back for a second. Henry starts beating him down. He looks like he's delivering the world's strongest slam. Cena counters, puts in the AA. Then he's about to deliver the AA, but they say Mark Henry's too strong. Cena's arms give out, I guess, and Mark Henry squashes him and lands on him. Then Mark Henry delivers the world's strongest slam. Just makes him look strong, going into Money in the Bank. Nobody can dominate Henry. He's a force to be reckoned with, etc., etc. Some decent build for that. So, yeah, can't wait to see Mark Henry versus Cena at Money in the Bank. That'll be good. And then we go to Curtis Axel versus Chris Jericho. This was my favorite match of the night. Really good stuff. Back and forth action. Paul Heyman comes out with Curtis Axel. I liked this better than Bryan and Sheamus and Punk and Orton. Most people would probably disagree with me, but for some reason I liked this match better. I thought this was the best one. So Jericho and Axel back and forth. Jericho delivers a lateral press, off the top rope for a near fall. Then he delivers knees to the gut, and then Curtis Axel delivers knees to Chris Jericho's gut, and then delivers the swinging neck breaker for a 1-2. Jericho kicks out, near fall. He's put some guys away with this. It used to be his signature or finisher, when he was Michael McGillicuddy. Jericho goes for a move. Axel counters and delivers the perfect plex after Chris Jericho, I think, was going for the code breaker, which was counted into the perfect plex. For a near fall, I thought this was it. I thought Curtis Axel was going to win, but he didn't. Jericho kicked out of the perfect plex. Then he puts Curtis Axel in the walls of Jericho. Axel touches the rope with a rope break, again, and breaks the submission hold. And then out of nowhere, Chris Jericho delivers a code breaker for a 1-2-3. Jericho wins, and this is the first loss Curtis Axel has had with Paul Heyman as his manager, as a Paul Heyman guy, I should say. So Jericho wins via code breaker. Really good match, back and forth. And then we go to a backstage little segment with all the members of the Future's ladder match, which is the World Heavyweight Championship, the blue briefcase. All the guys saying they're going to win. Cesaro and Swagger come in with Coulter. And then Barrett comes in, and then Fandango says a bunch of stuff, says Fandango, and then bam, Wade Barrett knocks him out cold and walks away. It was a really funny segment. I liked it. Builds Barrett up, so that's who I'm going for in the match. So we'll see who wins. Decent backstage segment. I enjoyed it. Culture, whatever, same stuff. And yeah, then we go to the fourth match of the night, which is Sin Cara versus Alberto Del Rio. This match was whatever. I thought I knew he was going to win coming in. Del Rio delivers a couple kicks. One kick on Sin Cara when he's on the top rope, and another kick he kicks Sin Cara and takes him out. Ziggler comes out and distracts Del Rio, says he's sorry for Ricardo, but he's going to introduce Del Rio at Money in the Bank, like what it'll sound like when he gets introduced at Money in the Bank. Then he says he's a loser and how bad Del Rio is, and how Ziggler himself is talking, saying how bad Del Rio is. And then he says, Alberto! And then Del Rio gets really mad, comes out, and just hits Ziggler. And then they just start going at it on the outside of the ring like they've been doing the past couple weeks. Dolph Ziggler ends up on top, and then Sin Cara He's on the top rope. Ziggler moves out of the way, and Sin Cara delivers a high spot towards the outside of the ring on Del Rio, takes him out, and it makes him look strong. So, then we go to a Vicky job evaluation. Vince says yes to keep Vicky. Triple H says no. They basically just critique Vicky's job, how she's done, how her voice is one of the most entertaining in WWE. Stephanie says let's let the fans vote decide, because on the WWE app, 75% say she's failed, 25% say she's passed. Stephanie says you're fired. Vince sort of cuts a little heel segment saying, could you do this to such an entertaining, good Raw GM, one of the best we've ever had, whatever, Vince. Then he says, your new GM, as punishment to what you all have done and put Vicky through, Brad Maddox. It's like, wow, I didn't see that coming at all. Great stuff. But yeah, Brad Maddox is your new Raw GM. That'll be entertaining. I'd like that better than Vicky. So yeah, Vicky, whatever, Brad, that'll be cool. Not much else to say about that. Sort of a crappy segment, probably one of the worst of the night, whatever. Next thing we have Christian versus Kane. This match was pretty good, back and forth action, but out of the middle of nowhere, like 5 minutes in, Kane delivers a chokeslam on Christian. There's really nothing that stood out to me. Yeah, Kane beats Christian with a chokeslam. Then the lights go out. The Wyatt family are backstage with like a little lantern. Says they're coming, and they're here. And then the lights go out. He drops the lantern, and then all of a sudden you see Bray Wyatt, Eric Rowan with his lamb sheep head on, and Luke Harper come out. Fans get a huge pop, big waiting. I'm happy. I didn't know. And then here they come. Lights go out. Bray Wyatt's in his little rocking chair, and then the lights come back on, and here's Rowan and Harper in the ring. Kane in there too. They go at it. Kane's going at it for a while, gets some offense in. Harper holds his legs. Eric Rowan hits him down. They take him to the outside of the ring and slam Kane into the steel steps. And then Rowan and Harper grab the steel steps and just slam them on Kane. Make them look strong, make Kane look weak. I don't know, maybe Kane's out of the Money in the Bank ladder match, and Bray Wyatt comes down and just like this, like, look at us, look how good we look. We just knocked out the big red monster. Look how great we are. So yeah, I'm really excited. The Wyatt family are here. I'm interested to see how the WWE will use them in the future. I'm guessing sort of like the Shield, they'll attack and take out these big names, and who knows what'll happen from there. So next thing we have is Layla and AJ, and I mean Layla and Caitlyn versus Alicia Fox and AJ. Back in, there's like 2 minutes of action. Then Caitlyn automatically comes in without getting a tag. AJ rolls out of the ring and then runs, and then out of the middle of nowhere, Caitlyn runs around the ring and slams AJ. Just takes her out with a vicious spear. Looks like she just flattened AJ, like AJ wasn't even moving anymore. She slammed AJ. I have to say, I'm a big AJ fan, but it was pretty funny, I have to say. Slammed her. So unfortunately, AJ gets speared, but whatever, makes Caitlyn look strong. Deserves it after the past 2 weeks. So yeah, Caitlyn spears AJ and makes her look strong going into their Money in the Bank title match. Nothing else to be said about that. In our main event match, Randy Orton versus CM Punk. Pretty good stuff here. I enjoyed it. Back and forth. CM Punk delivers a kick to Randy Orton, then delivers a flying elbow and a running knee to the jaw. That's a near fall. Then Randy Orton's going for an RKO. CM Punk counters, kicks Randy Orton in the face, and then sets him up for a GTS. Puts him in the GTS position and delivers the GTS. CM Punk delivered it on Randy Orton. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk wins. Pretty good match. Got a decent amount of time. 10, 12, 13 minutes, somewhere around there. So yeah, enjoyed it. CM Punk wins. Then Daniel Bryan comes out, hits CM Punk from behind, just starts taking him out, throws him out of the ring, takes out CM Punk, and then picks up a ladder. Randy Orton's just starting to get back, gain his composure. Daniel Bryan runs at Randy Orton, slams him with the ladder, puts the ladder down, climbs the ladder, and takes off the Money in the Bank briefcase. Is like, yes, 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 like what he's gonna do at Money in the Bank, just sort of acting it out, showing how, making Daniel Bryan look strong, ending Raw of how he's gonna win Money in the Bank. So Raw ends with him holding the briefcase on the top of the ladder, showing how he will be on Sunday in the All Stars match, how he will be victorious. So good Raw overall, enjoyed it. I'd say the overall grade, I'm going to give it 6.5 out of 10. Pretty good stuff, some good matches. Wyatt family debut, like how they set that up. So 6.5 out of 10 is my overall grade. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. It was a long one again, but you know, Raw's 3 hours, so it's almost like a pay-per-view, so it's going to take a while, but again, hope you enjoyed it. Overall grade, 6.5 out of 10 again, if you didn't hear me the first 2 times. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my videos. Look for my special announcement tomorrow, and check out my other vids and subscribe. Thanks, guys.